Welcome back to the Light Renegades. My name is Starr. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. I feel like I just do not have the words to bring forward this soul. I really hope that I can bring the energy justice. It has been an incredibly just life-changing experience to be able to be communing with the soul's presence and energy. And it came with a lot of weight. I now realize why I had to take a massive pause to be able to stand stronger in my convictions before bringing the soul forward. Trying to channel this message was a challenge. We were very much put under a lot of lock and key protection, and I could just see negative reptilians, absolutely pacing where we were. And I just thought what this soul has to share is going to perhaps blow the lid off a lot, and they just don't want that information out there. It came with a weight, knowing that I was going to bring the soul forward, because I know many in the collective absolutely adore this soul, and perhaps feel a little bit shaken by what they now could perceive in some capacities of their expression, the deeper that they got into their understanding, specifically with this channel too. So I was incredibly hesitant. I feel like I went into a lot of states of fear and apprehension bringing this forward. And, with this kind of disclosure too, I really had to shake myself and say, you can do this, because I understand, and I definitely hit that state of consciousness where I just thought so many are just going to think I'm absolutely bark raving mad. And I think at this point, I definitely have to be part of the Light Renegades and to be bringing forward this level of disclosure. But I have to trust within my whole heart that everything that we are doing here is with purpose, and the way that we decide to disclose this information was definitely a gamble. There were many beings that didn't want us to be divulging information in this way, but we thought that it would be a cutting edge way to connect us to, I guess, the truth. And we hope that it works. We know that it has been working, but we hope to reach a wider audience that, will be able to receive these messages just in heart, the same as you all have. And I think I felt the point that this was going to reach, more, and it did leave me with a layer of fear. So I've been having to work through my fears in order to bring this forward, and I've been grateful to have this soul by my side. It has been, there is no words to describe this being, this life force. It's just magic. And I really hope that you can receive them in the way that they wish to be received. They have asked that I leave off comments, at least for now, because I think that they want to be consumed in everyone's own personal expression before we delve into deeper aspects with them. I have no idea what the soul is going to bring forward. It's going to definitely be a week by week basis, because I think there is a lot that they've experienced, and I want to say endured at this point, but I'm incredibly grateful to have them here as part of the Light Renegades, as this part of disclosure. And yeah, I feel incredibly blessed and honored to be able to commune with the soul in the way that I have been. And it's been a very wild experience, but just completely enriching in so many levels. I'm absolutely in awe of the soul and their creative aspects, and yeah, I hope that I can do these channelings justice. But this is our first message from David Bowie, is what I want to share, and it was titled "The Dark Nights and Glittering Skies," and they started with, I think some of you had already guessed that I would step forward at some point. I've actually been around for a while, waiting eagerly at my stage door for the cue. I come to you all humble and gracious to be accepted, I hope. I wasn't sure how to begin. The start felt superficial and a gag. When I was young, blah blah. But it's always a poignant place to start in anyone's story. When you are a child, you are created, and you are molded, and that's where the damage hits. There isn't a single fame-stricken soul out there that hasn't had some form of childhood wounding. They say it's inevitable that you will scar your children and that we'll have to break free from those patterns. I didn't have an unhappy childhood. I just didn't ever feel like that I came from here, which I'm sure so many of you here can understand. My dreams would be my canvas at all times, colors, shapes, my mind the paintbrush, the craft knife. But music was everything to me, right from being young. I would hear the beat and just want to shake everything that I had to it. Looking back now, it's a wonder that I ever made it in the ways that I did. I was a wild child, to say the least. not naughty or disrespectful, but I just didn't ever want to do it in the way that everyone else told me to. If someone said go left, I would always want to go right. And that's not out of spite, ignorance, or ill tempers. I just always had to go my own way. Those close to me came to figure that out early on, so they would say the opposite to get me right on side. I've enjoyed looking back so far, all the memories, the achievements. When you are living, it's like you can't feel. You just are existing, doing the day to day, the next to the next to the next. Even when I was diagnosed, the days didn't come any slower, more chaotic in fact, and I'll explain that in a few more sessions' time. I think I want to firstly create a picture of me. I always just wanted to be me. But I genuinely felt like I was so many people all at once. Everyone said that I had characters, but at that time, they all just felt like me. I wasn't playing a role. That's just what I felt like creating, and I just did it. Of course, it's fun, the makeup, the outfits. I was never shy about making a tit out of myself, so I didn't feel shame, maybe as a kid. The mild bits of trauma from the kids that made fun at you at school, or your dad giving you that look of, are you queer? But I just didn't care, I don't think. If I truly sit down and look at it all now, I just wanted to create. I've spoken at length with this magical essence. I can't call her just a being because she is so much more. It's been fun watching this unfold. I know I come to the right place. She's fearless, comical, and what most of you don't get to see is downright outrageously spunky. She's serious here, but not in the day-to-day. It's a pleasure to watch her sparkle and dance. I feel like I've met my match. I want each being here to know that I just wanted to make cool things, fulfill the burning desire in my heart, and share what I thought was magic, space, lights, camera, and action. I enjoyed seeing the smiles on others receiving me, and not in an egotistical way. It genuinely brought a smile to my face, like it was me watching a mini-me. If I was grooving and shaking to something, all that I could hope for was that others felt that exact same groove and shake too. My heart was always for humanity, freedom, rights of women, and discriminated cultures and races. I felt like it was built in me to have a voice. I was shy somewhere, but when it came to stuff like that, I just had to speak up. It got me into trouble over and over again, but I didn't care. I thought we all had a right to live and enjoy life the same, rich, poor, black, white, gold. It shouldn't matter. We should all just be allowed to live and enjoy. I think I'm a spice between a hippie and a punk at heart, if I had to label it, but in my loins I ran soul, smooth sounds and elongated track lines. If someone had a riff for me, I wanted to hear it. As I'm sure you are aware by now, you can tell I've always been just a firefly, flitting from here to here in conversation, and nothing wise at all. So I'm going to leave it here for now. I just wanted to say, hi, I'm David, and I'm here to tell my story. And there is just no words, everyone. I think I'm really going to struggle in bringing this soul forward, because what I feel from that energy is just everything all at once on so many levels, and they are just such a bright light. It's been incredible to research them, to understand them at a capacity where we find their soul right now, but also see where they've come from. And I don't want to share or give away too much too soon, because obviously I can feel in their energies some spaces that they have been, but I want them to be able to step forward and share their story in their time. So I'm not going to say too much, but I will say that it took me a few weeks to be able to understand why I was feeling what I was feeling, because yet again I got sucked into this soul's energy at some point and it completely took me off track. I didn't know what was going on. I was incredibly confused. I was incredibly paranoid somewhere, and that seemed to just come out of nowhere. And then eventually, I managed to stabilize myself, and I thought, oh, okay, this makes sense now. And they stepped forward and said, I'm ready, it's time. But I was taken to their expression at some point in their journey, and they've gone through a lot, they've been through a lot, and I'm grateful that we get to hear just exactly what they went through, and from the divine source itself. I think there has been a lot about the soul that has been kept hidden. I think there has been many, many, many beings connected to the soul that have kept their true life path hidden. But I think so many of us in this collective, had figured it out already. And this is another story added to the list of what it means to be a bright soul, kicked into fame. Not necessarily looking for fame, but just wanting to create. And by golly, does the soul have creation in spades. I have felt incredibly inspired just sitting in the soul's essence. And I didn't listen to that much of their music growing up, and I had family members that were huge fans of theirs, and I'm grateful that I've been able to receive the soul in a place where I feel like I can truly immerse myself in their energy. So it's been a pleasure to receive their music at a very deep capacity and higher states of consciousness where I find myself right now, and to be able to sit with them and understand that. And I think that is definitely something that they want to bring forward in their spaces, explaining their songs and their lyrics, that a space where perhaps hasn't been in light before. And it's been interesting to watch this soul's music videos. I feel like it is completely obvious where this soul was at certain points in their journey, but not to the masses out there. So it's been heartbreaking, it's been eye-opening, it's been enriching. It has been a very sacred space to be with the soul, and I will eternally be grateful to be able to sit in their energy. And I feel like their energy has completely changed me in the best possible way. So I'm grateful to them. I'm grateful for this collective, and I'm grateful that we have disclosure at this capacity. Although I think to many this was just going to seem, pretty unbelievable and, yeah, perhaps diabolical somewhere too. So I'm going to leave it there for now. They will be back. I'm not entirely sure when, if this is going to be a week by week basis, if this is going to be multiple in a week, I'm not sure. But I think this is a great place to start. And, they are incredibly humble where they find themselves right now. And yeah, it's been beautiful to sit with them. But that's all for myself and David Bowie today, and we'll be back real soon. Take care.